At the beginning of the film, we are told that after the Earth was destroyed, all humans created colonies in space. But life in these colonies was not easy at all. Every day here, there was a new challenge to survive. Nothing stayed the same in this world from day to day. If one didn't change according to the changing environment, they would be killed here. While explaining all this, a scene of a spaceship is shown where without any warning, an alien ship arrives. Inside the spaceship, a little girl sees the alien ship arriving, and in fear, she locks herself in a room. Sometime later, her scared dad reaches the room and knocks loudly on the door. The girl was hesitating, wondering whether she should open the door or not. Suddenly, her mom appears on a nearby screen, warning her to stay strong and not to open the door for anyone under any circumstances. The girl was still confused. Suddenly, a rushing sound came from inside the floor, and seconds later, a scene outside was shown where her dad had now been killed. The girl was devastated by all this. On the screen, her mom advises her to hold herself together. "You're brave, girl." She hadn't yet recovered from her dad's loss when she saw on the screen that aliens had attacked her mom too, and shortly after she was killed as well. We learned that the child's name is Olivia, whose entire world was shattered in just 1 minute. The scene now cuts to years later. Olivia has now grown up, and we see her in a new human colony in space. Even today, she wakes up in fear from those same sounds that killed her dad that day. She looks at the world around her. This world, this colony, was extremely artificial. Even the trees here seemed like artificial toys. Anyway, she is looking at her family picture, and in the meantime, Mira enters her room, who is Fiona's daughter. Mira had come to ask about her dad, and when Mira saw Olivia looking at her family photo, she asked her about her family, and Olivia told her that both her parents had died. Well, in a short while, we see that Mira's dad, Andrew, comes to Olivia and asks her what decision she has made. "Will you stay with us now?" Olivia, thinking for a moment, nods her head and says that only 3 months are left on her contract, and after that, she has planned to return to Earth. Hearing this, Andrew becomes a bit sad, but Olivia assures him that she will definitely come back to meet him. We are shown that a boy comes to meet Olivia after some time. He was curious to learn about Earth. He had never seen Earth. He excitedly comes to Olivia and asks if there really are animals in the world. Olivia laughs and answers yes, and she tells him about everything in the world that the child hasn't seen in the space colony. The boy gets lost in the thoughts of the world Olivia describes, things he has never seen. After this, Olivia goes to the control room to meet her co-worker Orlo and tells him that they are installing some new things in the system. They were still talking when Olivia received another call from Mira. This time, she was scared. Worried, she tells Olivia either not to leave them and return to Earth or to take them all to Earth. Olivia explains to her that it's not possible for them to go to Earth and she can't stay here. She was just explaining to Mira when the call suddenly got cut off. Suddenly, emergency alarms started ringing and there was an explosion inside the facility. This explosion had shaken the entire facility. Before checking what happened in the facility, Orlo and Olivia start sending danger warnings throughout the facility. Everyone started rushing towards the safe room, causing chaos throughout the facility. And people were very worried about those injured in the explosion, while Olivia wasn't thinking about them just yet. She wanted to check what had actually caused the blast. But all the cameras were down here. Olivia, worried, decides to go outside to see for herself what the issue is, and meanwhile, others notice through the window that a strange airship is hovering outside. They understood that it was an alien ship and that an alien attack had begun on their space colony, where the airship was at that time. Olivia quickly tries to close off that sector, but even then, they didn't know if the aliens had landed in their colony or not. Olivia tried to look at that place, but it was too dark there. Olivia turned on the tracking system. The red dots indicated that other creatures had arrived in their colony and were attacking and killing humans. And suddenly, their tracking system starts showing more traces of corpses than living humans. To handle the situation, Olivia decided to lock down the entire colony and told everyone to run towards the nearest shelters. She called Mira and told her to stay inside Sector 2. She also told Andrew to head towards Sector 2. But Andrew fell prey to the aliens before reaching his destination. They had already sealed Sector 5, but the aliens tore it apart as if it were made of paper doors. Actually, it should have been impossible to break through those doors. Seeing this scene, Olivia and others look at each other in distress. The aliens went inside Sector 5 and killed everyone there. Now, she instructed the people from Sectors 1, 2 and 3 to go to Shelter 2 and those from Sectors 4 and 5 to head to Shelter 1. Many people did not want to go to the shelters. They wanted to fight their enemies, i.e., the aliens. But Orlo knew that humans currently had no weapons to fight these aliens. Orlo tried to explain to these people, "Look, understand what I'm saying. These aliens are so dangerous that fighting them is not possible." While he was explaining to everyone to head to the shelters, Olivia was thinking of something else. Olivia felt that by fighting, more people would get a chance to escape to the shelters. Following Olivia's advice, Orlo began to guide EVK on where the enemies were coming from and where to attack. But within seconds, the fight ended badly as all the aliens ruthlessly killed the humans in just a few seconds. Seeing this, Orlo was also enraged. He now tells Olivia to open all the shelters so that as many humans as possible can be saved. She refuses to do so and says that opening the shelters would endanger the people already inside. In the next moment, they heard some noises coming from outside the control room. The sounds were faint at first and then grew louder. It was not a human sound but a creature's, which scared both Orlo and Olivia. Right after, they start hearing humans screaming and yelling nearby, and suddenly, all those sounds go silent. Orlo and Olivia realized that all the humans who had come there had been killed by the aliens. Well, they quickly returned to the control system because they had to save the remaining people inside their space colony. Many people hadn't reached the shelters yet, and those who had, their shelter doors weren't closed. The aliens could reach them at any time. Therefore, Olivia told Orlo to close the doors of all the shelters. But Orlo says they should wait a little longer so a few more people can get inside the shelters. Olivia explains to him, "Look, if we don't close the gates now, everyone will be killed." She tries to go herself to close the gate, but Orlo stops her because he saw his parents were going into Shelter 1. He keeps waiting for them to get inside, but during that time, the aliens arrive and launch an attack. Not just Orlo's parents, but everyone inside Shelter 1 gets killed. Even Olivia's friend. Both of them were now in such a state as if they would die themselves. They couldn't even bear to look at their screens anymore. Before they could do anything, they received a call from Shelter 2 and found out that the creature had reached there. Now, because Olivia didn't want to create panic, she lied, saying that they could stay safe inside that shelter for 2 hours. Now Olivia asks Orlo what they should do next, but Orlo was not in his right mind. Meanwhile, Olivia receives a call from her friend's daughter. She was asking her, "Where is my dad?" Olivia reassures her with a lie, telling her that he is absolutely safe in Shelter 1. Hearing this, Orlo gets angry and asks Olivia, "Did you lie?" So Olivia explains to him, "Look, this is not the time to create panic by telling the truth. At this time, we have to stay calm ourselves and handle this situation while keeping others calm too." Her words also affect Orlo and he regains his composure. Now they wanted to call teams from outside for help, but they found out that their radio tower had also been destroyed by the aliens, and Orlo saw on his screen that 6 people still hadn't gone inside their shelters. They were still hiding outside. Olivia says we can contact these 6 people to get their help. Here, they contact a man in a church who first asks about his son. Her son was no longer in this world, but they lied saying her son was safe. On the other hand, Olivia contacts a guy from a mission and gives him the task of getting 2 injured people to the shelter room. They gave the boy from the church the job of fixing the radio tower while they saw a couple hiding inside the mines. She calls the couple to the control room to save them. And meanwhile, on the other side, it is shown that the boy Bashir, who was fixing their radio tower, Olivia sees that a monster creature has settled behind him. There, the old man Nishu, who is helping the couple, finds that their condition is so bad that they could die any minute. So Olivia gives Nishu a new mission to go and distract the creatures so that Bashir can do his work. Olivia's plan works. The creatures get distracted when Nishu confronts them. But in all this, Nishu loses his life. Now the couple had also come outside the control room, and Olivia opened the door of the control room to let them in. Bashir fixes the tower and asks Olivia if what's happening now has ever happened before. Olivia says, yes, it has. In childhood, aliens attacked our colony, and in that attack, both my parents were killed. After that, the government took me into custody, educated me, and trained me to control the space colony. During this time, we see that Bashir also succeeded in fixing the radio tower. Olivia also demands help from the foreign headquarters and learns that such aliens have attacked not only their colony, but also many other space colonies. All rescue teams are busy there, and any rescue team coming from Earth may take about 12 hours to arrive. Now they had to survive on their own for 12 hours because they had no other option. Meanwhile, Bashir sees a creature coming towards him. To kill this creature, he throws his grenade, and in the attack, he himself gets killed. Now the pregnant woman whom Olivia had given shelter in her control center, her husband tells Olivia that there is a ship here in which 3 people can sit and safely leave this place. That woman tells Olivia that the 3 of us will leave here, leaving Orlo behind. But Olivia is astonished at her selfishness and tells her that she risked her life to save both of them, and now how can she leave him behind? But this woman was not emotional at all and was not willing to listen to anyone. When Olivia doesn't listen to the woman, she goes and puts a gun to Orlo's neck. Olivia tells her that if she does this and Orlo gets even a scratch, she will release the alien locked in Shelter 1 towards Mine 1, where her husband is. When the woman doesn't leave Orlo, a fight starts between them, and Olivia actually releases the monster. Hearing the noises from the mine, the monster heads towards it and is about to attack the boy when the boy saves himself and comes towards the control room. Olivia opens the control room door, allowing the boy and the monster to enter. Now the woman with the gun, instead of attacking Orlo, starts attacking the alien monster. But in just a second, the monster jumps to the woman and kills her. After that, the monster moves towards the woman's husband. After that, the monster chases Olivia into a room and the alien smashes through the heavy metal door with a single punch. To save Olivia, Orlo attacks the creature from behind, and the creature gets attracted to Orlo. At this time, Orlo had a grenade. He threw the grenade at the monster, which killed the monster, but Orlo also got severely injured because of it. Olivia immediately came to him. She realized that there were many more aliens around, so she played white noise to distract them and stayed by Orlo's side. The creature also comes here, picks up the white noise and throws it away, and another creature comes in at that moment. Orlo tells Olivia, "You run from here, I won't survive anyway, at least I can save your life." Orlo comes in front of the creatures, and taking the opportunity, Olivia escapes through the back door. She could have escaped by getting on the emergency ship, but then she starts remembering her friend's daughter and the other people. She decides not to leave and comes back to her control room. First, she finds out the position of all the monsters and learns that they are all in Sector 5 at this time. She also learned that the monster's weakness was white noise, which could disorient them. That's why she takes the white noise and many grenades and heads towards Sector 5. Once all the aliens are distracted there, she sets grenades at various spots throughout the area and triggers a massive explosion as she makes her escape, because of which the alien ship present at Sector 5 and all the aliens are killed, and all the people inside the shelters remain safe. Meanwhile, we see that the rescue team has also arrived here, and they start rescuing the remaining people one by one. Olivia's friend's daughter comes out and asks about her dad, then she finds out that her dad has been killed. After that, she asks the rescue team about Olivia. The rescue team didn't know. She looked down at the floor. There was Olivia's family picture. She told the rescue team that Olivia would be around somewhere. The rescue team starts searching the area upon her request, and they find Olivia after a while. She was alive and well. She goes and hugs Olivia, and everyone praises Olivia. Olivia had saved many lives and single-handedly killed the entire alien army, and thus showing Olivia's bravery. The movie ends here.